Also, if Crimson has launched her home bakery by the time that you read this, go buy some delicious baked goods. It gets,
oh my god.
It's
AITA for
okay.
I'm gonna go. AITA for rarely / almost never wanting to go to a restaurant because my girlfriend makes food that's just as good, if not better, than restaurant food. I've been with my wonderful girlfriend for a few years now. We usually get along great, aside from this current issue. You can skip to the TLDR if the exposition's too long. Alright, she's a self-proclaimed foodie, which I honestly think is selling herself short. She's a food genius. She can taste and smell a dish and then turn around and recreate it, or make it even better than the original. If you taste something and wonder, what's this super subtle flavor? She'll tell you it's anchovy paste, sesame / lavender / some obscure spice that you would never think of. When someone is cooking something and they go, it's missing something, she can tell you exactly what it needs. It doesn't stop there. She knew that I had touched a diesel truck at work one morning as soon as I walked into the house that night because she could still somehow smell it on me.
This woman is autistic.
It's either really cool or really creepy, depending on the day. That's not it either. She heard about a lost family recipe, and the next week, bam, I'm eating grandmother's homemade sausage again for the first time in 15 years. It's gotten to the point where I don't see any point in going out to eat, pretty much ever, except for maybe her birthday. Even the most exotic ingredients aren't out of her reach either. Even though it's not about cost, I've saved up more being with her than I've ever had in any other relationship. The only places we really go for a date night is ramen. She can't figure out how to make the noodles, but she still tries, so it's just a matter of time. And sushi. Our anniversary was recently. I noticed that our local fish counter was selling sushi-grade fish, along with rolling mats and nori. So I suggested that we have homemade sushi for our anniversary dinner before going out, and she got upset and said, I'm not learning how to make sushi because then I'll never get a real date ever again. And we ended up going outside instead. It kind of took me by surprise that she got so mad, though. She lightly mentioned wanting to go out occasionally to places like Olive Garden because she likes the red sauce, or other places because she likes the food. And now that I'm thinking about it, she's gotten kind of gloomy because I've asked her to cook on date nights instead of going out more often. She also brought up that the food she cooks tastes better to me because she's tasting it and smelling it while she cooks, so her senses are dulled by the time that it's served. But she has the most acute sense of smell / taste I've ever seen, so I kind of think it's just an excuse.
This woman is 100% autistic.
I don't think it's worth going out to pay restaurant food prices when we can stay home for home food prices and have food that's just as excellent. TLDR, so Reddit, am I the asshole for not wanting to pay a restaurant to cook my meals because I practically have a private chef of my very own?
Your girlfriend, wife, whatever, they're not your servant.
They're not your servant! Oh my god, this is not where I thought this story was going at all.
I cannot believe that last. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Like, it was bad enough.
Also, it's very rare that a foodie doesn't want to go out and eat new foods. Like, oh my god. I can understand never eating at, and she wants those comfort food places too, like Olive Garden. You can't make anything like Olive Garden because that shit comes from a jar. Let her enjoy that.
Wow.
You've stolen everything from her. Oh my god.
On our anniversary, I was like, hey, why don't you make us sushi?
Why don't you make sushi, something that you don't want to make and is difficult for you, that we always go out for, which makes sense because they have the higher grade of fish. You shouldn't be making sushi at home. You should go out to eat sushi.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, I want to talk about autism for a second too.
Talk about the autism. This
is an autistic woman with a special interest in cooking because you've got heightened senses, right? She can smell anything. I have a very sensitive sense of smell as well. I once smelled somebody smoking a cigar behind our building, and the parking is about 75 feet back from the building. And it was, the full 90 seconds before it was him walking up the stairs to get there. I know this feeling. But the thing that absolutely seals it is that she mentions how she gets tired of tasting and smelling it by the time it's cooked. That is what are the words I'm looking for, Krim?
Overstimulation?
Yes, that's the one.
Or over...
Yes,
okay.
She's been overstimulated,
overstimulated
by the phenomenal things that she's dealing with. And
It's also so much work to make these
Yeah.
elaborate meals. And to make that your date nights?
I
Like, do you ever... Oh, my
he,
God.
he there's no way he's not editing out her bringing this up before.
Well, yeah, he even says here that it took me by surprise that she got so mad. She's lightly mentioned wanting to go out occasionally to places like Olive Garden or other places because she likes the food. Like, she's been telling him the whole time.
Confrontational avoidant, too. She's lightly mentioned it because it's a big deal to her, but she can't stomach being forceful about it.
Right. Well, he's also probably shot her down like, no, we should just eat in. You can make better food than Olive Garden. And, like, the fact that they only eat out for things that she can't make, like ramen, like, you should be going out for, like, things that are, like, high-effort meals that she doesn't want to put the effort in. Like, when I go eat, like, pastry somewhere, like, I'm not getting a cookie or a fucking, like, a piece of cake. Some cakes, never mind.
You're getting something with fucking
phyllo dough in it. I won't eat the low-effort foods. Like, I'm getting something that I'm not making. Yeah, like, it's
cook steaks at home.
Laminated dough.
Steaks are one of the easiest things to cook right. Eat soup at home.
And you can get damn good steaks. Yeah, soups. I love making my soups. And plus, restaurant, no one does soups. Like, no one really does soups.
Olive Garden does soups.
I can't get a good soup anywhere. Yeah, but those are like, you get them from a tub. Like, that's actually, just like canned soup that's good.
Their soups are actually prepared daily, is what they say.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I know that I could go get a 5-gallon tub of
probably,
soup, so.
Yeah.
I guess they just sell it in bulk.
No, I'm pretty sure that they're lying when they've said that to me.
They probably just heat it up every day. It's freshly heated. I know, that's what Panera does. They get all their stuff in bags. No one's cooking soup back there. No, this is absolutely crazy. And to just expect your foodie girlfriend to just eat at home all the time? Like, even if she's making elaborate meals and delicious meals, she wants to go out. Like, this is her hobby. This is her joy. Like, you need to take her to other people's... Like, you shouldn't be saving money. You should be saving money on not eating out and then going to spend hundreds of dollars at high-end places. Like, that's what should be happening here.
I still can't get over I have a private chef of my very own.
Right, and that's the TLDR. He's like, oh, if you don't want to read the exposition, just skip to here. TLDR. Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay a restaurant to cook meals because I practically have a private chef of my very own?
Like,
yes. Yes, you are.
It's rare that the too long summation will still include the assholery. Right. Usually it's trimmed down so much that it makes them sound innocent if they were to pitch that single sentence.
Right. To see your girlfriend as a private chef instead of a human being with a hobby and a joy and a passion for something, like, if you find someone with a passion for food, you just hit the jackpot. Because you know what we have to do as human beings? We have to do every day, we have to eat. And if you find someone whose joy is eating, like, you're gonna be just fine. There are also some edits here. It's not about the financial aspect of staying home versus going out. I just thought it was worth mentioning because I've been saving more than expected. Edit 2. I'm taking her out tonight to grovel, guys. I'm about to politely ask that if she finds this off Twitter, please don't smother me in my sleep for being such a dick.
Okay.
Edit 3. No Twitter. I didn't buy her flowers. Thanks for rubbing it in. I buy her herbs and succulents. What flowers do I buy a woman who likes to preserve them afterwards? She likes to preserve the flowers afterwards? You need to be buying her so many flowers. She cherishes them forever.
Also, buying her herbs is like buying your average stay-at-home mom a fucking vacuum for a present. Again, an absolute staple plot for a fucking sitcom on you being a fucking asshole.
Right. Unless you're driving for more than like an hour to go source these herbs, because like there are some places where you can only get, if you're going to like some specialty store, sure, but like if you're going to Kroger and getting her cilantro, like, what?
Wow.
There's a final edit. He says, yes, I wash the dishes. You should be doing all the laundry too. Like, this woman cooks for you and she cooks good. Final edit. Okay, guys, this will probably be my last edit. This post exploded unexpectedly, and I've tried to respond to as many comments as I can, but there's just too many of you. I've asked if you've asked me a direct question and I haven't answered, I'm sorry. My inbox is a mess. I took everything you guys said to heart. I can honestly say that I've been an ass, and it's really hurt my relationship with my girlfriend. It's honestly a surprise that she is still my girlfriend after everything. And so her mom picked up the girls, and I took her out to a really nice tapas restaurant.
Okay.
She was very excited and seemed to enjoy herself. I apologized for being stupid. After we took a walk and everything seemed to be perfect, so I asked her to marry me.
Okay.
You finally started listening to her, and you're like, you're the woman I'm going to marry. Oh my God, she said no. She said no. She did it kindly, but she still said no. Oh, I love her. She said that it wasn't a no forever, but she didn't want to commit to a one-sided relationship, and also said she doesn't think it's fair that our relationship happens on my schedule or my terms. I'm pretty heartbroken. Thought everything was pretty okay between us. You called her your personal chef, but she thinks that we should go on a premarital counseling, and the division of labor needs a change over a serious sit-down conversation.
He doesn't do anything at home.
He doesn't do anything. So Reddit, you were all right. I'm the asshole who almost lost the love of his life. Most of you were right. It wasn't over restaurants.
I wash the dishes with somebody that can afford to purchase incredibly rare foods and go out to eat all the time if they want to, means he loads the dishwasher.
Which is still a task that I personally hate, but it's not. There's so much more to cleaning than just doing the dishes.
I mean, I bought one because it's the only way I could fucking get them done. It was the best accessibility choice I ever made for myself.
Yeah. I hate hand washing dishes.
I can't stand them.
Because if you don't stay on top of it, it gets so yucky so fast.
I can't, like, now, how many times has she brought this up?
How long have they been together?
Yeah, like...
It doesn't even give me their ages. Oh, wait, maybe I should look in the comments.
Oh, well, you know, look for that OP. Also, it never occurred to me that people would be DMing the people that post here so much.
Reddit just puts all your activity. I'm assuming sometimes the comments get put in your inbox.
Okay.
I think. Or people just don't check their DMs and they're just looking at the notifications.
It doesn't look like he posted in the thread at all.
They might have... it's not very much, actually. Oh, wait. No, there's more. You have to click on his profile and go to the comments.
Oh, wait. I found his response to a couple of paragraphs. Really feeling like an ass right now because she only has time to cook as much as she does because she owns a small business that she runs out of the house.
So she hasn't even been able to focus on her work.
So, yeah. Also, if Crimson has launched her home bakery by the time that you read this, go buy some delicious baked goods.
Oh. Yeah. I should just do that. I can't ship them. I would need to get registered. I would actually need to go in a commercial.
Yeah,
can't just do it at my
that's
house.
probably not too expensive on a day-to-day rental,
no,
right?
especially not here. Yeah. Well, it's just like I would need it for like 12 hours at a time.
You'd probably 1 or 2, like, I know, like 2 or 3 days a month, right? Because you'd go in on the days that you're feeling good and just fucking bust completely as much as you can.
Yeah, but then I would need to sell everything within a couple days. Because they're pastries.
Yeah. But I mean, if you can ship them, you could do pre-orders and then just make...
Oh, pre-orders and then just...
You probably won't be able to do that initially, but once you gain a reputation, you could sell everything like that.
That is true.
Another one from him, trying to read all the comments, understand why everyone...
I see this here. Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
You want to go? I'm sorry. Someone said, not the asshole, what a woman's supposed to do. She's supposed to please her man and cook and clean every night. And he responds, fuck off. This type of thinking almost ruined my relationship. Were you thinking that she needs to please you and cook for you every night? Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my god. Someone said, I agree. I still want to know what's up with her liking red pasta sauce. And he's like, she has Brett's esophagus and GERD. She says the red sauce isn't very acidic, so it doesn't burn. She can't have pizza or red sauce pizza because it'll burn her throat. So it's like an accessibility thing. The only red sauce she can have is the red sauce from Olive Garden.
So also food sensitivities, and she learned this special interest out of necessity to accommodate herself through life. Yeah, it looks like he only commented like the 1 or 2 times.
No, you have to hit load more comments at the bottom.
I don't care. He
Okay.
said
We've been together 5 years.
Okay.
5 years they were together.
That's a pretty long relationship. I've been in two? One? I think only one has gone that long. I think everything else has been 3 were my other longests. That's a while.
He's had a personal chef girlfriend for 5 years. She's been unhappy she hasn't gotten a date in 5 years. He just has her cook on date nights.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yikers. That's all I got here.
Wow. Hold on. Did you read this update?
No, where?
A few months ago, I posted this post asking if I was an asshole for not wanting to take my girlfriend out to restaurants. It blew up. It ended up on Twitter. People shared it on Facebook. The general consensus was, yes, I'm the asshole, and it went downhill from there. A couple people told me to kill myself, so thanks for that. More than a couple people told me they hoped my girlfriend broke up with me. Well, after I posted, I proposed and was rejected. Things got pretty awkward between us for the first time in 5 years. She started getting snappy at me easily. She stopped being as affectionate towards me. She started making pretty much nothing but casserole. Everything changed. To be clear, she usually liked to make more involved food.
She
than
read
casserole.
the post and started understanding how much he didn't fucking care about her. Yeah.
Right. Like, she realized how she's been mistreated for 5 years from you. Like, and she's got all this validation from other people because she was definitely blaming herself for those 5 years. She thought that she was the problem. But, no. Okay. Then one day, like 3 weeks ago, she threw down the spoon she was using to serve the 1,000th casserole this month and snipped at me. Why are you seriously fucking thinking that I actually like eating at Olive Garden? Guys, she saw the post. She was furious. She doesn't like Olive Garden. She'll eat there because the kids love it and it's cheap. I was right about the red sauce being non-acidic, but well, in her words, she never developed a taste for pasta. She's Latino. Do I ever see her make pasta? No, a meal isn't complete without rice. You don't know me at all.
There are kids, too!
He doesn't know her at all, and they have kids. She yelled at me about Olive Garden for a solid 20 minutes. It wasn't just about Olive Garden, but it was a lot about Olive Garden.
It wasn't
at
about
all about
Olive Garden, dude.
It was that you don't know her at all. Oh my god. Long story short, we've been separated for a few weeks now, and it's not looking good. She loves and respects me, but feels it's best for her to respectfully disengage from me and for her own personal betterment. So yeah. Good. Oh my Jesus. I can't believe that, like, she was definitely also offended because, like, she's a foodie. She cares a lot about food. Obviously, she just didn't want to go to, like, just Olive Garden.
Yeah.
She's not mad that she can't go to Olive Garden. It was just, like, an example that's cheap and gives her the fucking
She
break.
was
Like,
literally suggestive Olive Garden as a low-cost alternative to her having to cook so that the kids could have some decent food without... She works her own business from the house,
from home.
taking care of the children.
Raises your kids.
And is cooking you fucking amazing dinner at the same time. Wow.
TLDR, I ruined my family by not appreciating my girlfriend. I didn't take her out on dates and I didn't pay enough attention. I would do anything to fix everything.
I mean,
it's too late.
Yeah, at least he learned his lesson. Like...
But did he, though?
Yeah, that...
Would he be able to make meaningful change? Because, like, he's talking about how she got upset and she was making casseroles for, like, 3 fucking
Right.
weeks. Like, that's when you needed to, like, step up.
And
Like,
I'm gonna guess
why weren't you going out to eat for a fucking
I'm guessing
month?
she
Like,
didn't make casseroles out of like punishment either. It was because she was sick of cooking for him
she's
now.
burnt out and exhausted. Yeah. It took all the joy out of it.
She thought she was
doesn't get
making
dates,
meals
like-
for an incredibly appreciative, loving partner, and read this post and saw how he thinks of her as his personal chef.
Yep. No regard for her love of food or her exploration or
Wow.
anything. Just, you're my personal chef. I don't want to go out to eat. I don't care about your personal journey or interests. I like that you cook me delicious meals and save me money. Oh my god, to clarify a few things. 1, I didn't post on April 1st. 2, I said that she yelled about mostly Olive Garden because she did. She was really embarrassed that a bunch of people on the internet were making fun of her over Olive Garden, which the kids are catered to. Yeah. You're the reason that she's a foodie who really respects food and makes delicious dishes, and one of the things that you said that she misses is fucking Olive Garden.
No, read the number 3.
3, she did not call herself Latino. She calls herself Latine, but thought Latino would be less confusing.
Latinx.
But I thought Latino. I thought it was pronounced Latine.
It might be. I have never heard it pronounced, I don't think. Okay. I'm going to check it. But yeah, he changed
it
the
depends.
words
There was
that
discourse
she...
about it.
Okay,
Yeah, he changed the words that she self-identifies with. He thought Latino would be less confusing. I guess it just made me look like a dick. Right, because if she did say it, she would probably call herself a Latina. Because that's how language works. What an asshole. Unless he's misgendering her the whole time. Well, this comment says, it boggles my mind how you went through that whole fight. People here told you you were being an ass. You seem to realize how one-sided the relationship was, and you still let her cook. It doesn't even say that he went to counseling.
Yeah, I feel like he'd put that in there if they had.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to make himself sound like a reasonable one. So yeah, unless I get somebody that is actually a part of this, Latinx looks like it's the general agreement, but it is not my community, so it's not my call. But you know, I'd like to get it right.
Well, we can't ask the wife.
Yeah.
The girlfriend. Not even married.
Yeah. Yeah, she said no.
Why didn't you ask her to marry you earlier? Why was it only now where you feel like you did this big fuck up and like potentially ruined your whole relationship? And you take her out on the first date in like years and you're like, oh yeah, this is where.
Ooh, maybe it's worse. Maybe that date and the marriage proposal are a love bomb situation.
Oh, where he was so afraid of losing her because everyone was calling him an asshole and she hadn't even seen the post yet?
Well, I'm saying specifically he was hitting her with all of the love and care, like as an abuser, to try to convince her that everything is fine and perfect now and etc. Like, it doesn't super read that way. It just looks like standard neglect, but I mean, neglect is kind of abuse. It's not intended, but that doesn't, not intending to drown your child doesn't mean you didn't if that occurs. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I would say telling your partner to cook every night is.
Okay.
Because it depends, because like, she would want to go out on dates and he would say, no, you should just cook instead because it's better.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's probably...
Because he was never cooking, ever.
And the fact that he, 3 times said it's not about the money, probably means it's a little bit about the money.
Probably not.
I don't know. I feel like people who truly aren't concerned with the money don't even think about the money.
Well, if your wife makes better food for this amount of money and you're going out to eat like somewhere like Olive Garden, you're spending like $100, you're like, I should have just eaten at home.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
But like, I mean, maybe it's a little bit about the money, but I think she'd be more understanding if they were just broke and things were tight.
Right.
But like in that case, like he should still cook sometimes.
Yeah.
Like their dates aren't her.
You can
cooking
fucking
food.
make
Like, that's not
hamburger
a
helper
date.
and casseroles.
Exactly. Like if their family's eating casseroles, now you could have made a casserole. Casseroles are so
Yeah.
easy. Like you could have done anything. Anything. And the fact that like she didn't even know about the post, but he proposed to her and she was like, "No, we need marriage counseling." Because of the division of labor. Like she had already hit her breaking point.
And I have a hard time believing that a reasonable person would save that for that. Like, she probably brought it up before then.
Probably.
Especially if she's capable of saying no to the proposal, she had to have brought it up before.
She had to have brought it up. Or at the very least was trying to get him to understand.
Yeah.
And the fact that he takes her out on a date and then proposes to her shows to her that, like, he's not getting it. Like, he's not listening. Like, nothing's going to change here. Like, I can't continue to live at the level we're living at right now.
Man, I have not been a perfect partner in my life, but these posts make me feel like I'm doing real good.